In architecture, everything begins with the threshold. Before a room greets you, before a staircase spirals upward or sunlight spills onto polished floors, there is the moment of arrival. The entrance. A grand entryway is more than a door. It is an overture. A prelude. A declaration. It speaks before you do. It sets the tone for everything that follows. Welcome back to Homey Studio. In this video, we explore the soul of a home through its entryway. We journey across continents and centuries. We decode the language of materials, light, scale, and layout. We learn how the world's greatest architects use space to captivate, calm, and command presence. Because when designed with care, an entryway isn't just passed through. It's felt. And it's remembered. Modern entryways, style, simplicity, and intentional design. Modern entryways are the embodiment of clarity and calm. They prioritize clean lines, natural light, and functional beauty, creating a strong, refined first impression without excess ornamentation. Key features of modern entryways. Minimalist architecture, flat panel or pivot doors, often oversized and flush with the facade, create a bold architectural statement. Glass inserts, black steel frames, or vertical wood slats are commonly used to balance privacy and transparency. Neutral color palettes. Modern entryways often favor monochromatic or earthy tones, matte black, light oak, white, charcoal, and taupe. These palettes allow texture and lighting to stand out rather than compete. Functional elegance, benches with built-in drawers, floating console tables, and concealed storage make the entryway practical while maintaining a sleek appearance. Statement lighting. A modern pendant or geometric chandelier can add sculptural interest. Recessed lighting, LED uplights, or light slots in ceiling coves offer mood and subtle drama. Framed moments, art, mirrors, or a single potted plant placed with intention creates focal points without clutter. Negative space becomes just as important as the object itself. Modern entryway atmosphere, quiet, confident, intentional. A space that lets materials and proportions speak louder than decoration. Double-height ceiling entryways, dramatic volume and vertical grandeur. A double-height entryway, sometimes called a grand foyer, creates an immediate sense of awe and architectural drama. These are common in luxury homes, villas, or modern estates and can be designed in both classic and contemporary styles. Key features of double-height ceiling entryways. Vertical emphasis, ceilings often rise 16 to 20 feet or more, making space feel monumental. Designers use tall pivot doors, elongated windows, and cascading chandeliers to match the vertical scale. Natural light amplified, tall clerestory windows or full-height glazing flood the space with daylight, reducing the need for artificial lighting during the day and visually connecting the interior to the sky. Staircase as sculpture. In many double-height entryways, a grand staircase becomes the visual centerpiece. Curved, cantilevered, or floating stairs enhance the vertical drama and lead the eye upward. Material continuity. Flooring often continues seamlessly from exterior to interior, like oversized limestone tiles, polished concrete, or wide plank oak, helping to ground the space. Large format art or lighting. With so much wall space, designers install large paintings, vertical slat walls, or oversized light fixtures like tiered chandeliers or cluster pendants that drop from ceiling to eye level. Echo and acoustics. These spaces tend to have more reverberation. Designers mitigate this with acoustic panels, soft area rugs, upholstered seating, or textured walls to control sound. The origins of entryways. Long before foyers became fashionable, our ancestors understood the power of the threshold. In ancient civilizations, the entrance to a structure symbolized power, protection, and prestige. Egyptian temples featured massive pylons and sacred courtyards. Roman villas offered richly decorated vestibules separating public business from private family space. In medieval castles, entryways were defensive mechanisms, guarded by portcullises, gates, and sentries. Yet, they were also majestic, arched in stone, bearing family crests, echoing ceremony. Grand entryways weren't born in luxury, they evolved from necessity. They protected and projected. Over centuries, the defensive wall gave way to architectural welcome, introducing artistry, hierarchy, and identity into the first steps of a structure. From stone lintels to grand arcades, humanity began to treat arrival as an emotional journey, not just a physical one. The psychology of arrival. We form opinions in the first 7 seconds of entering a space. Interior designers call it the emotional threshold, a moment that shapes how we feel about the rest of the home. Whether you're stepping into a towering atrium flooded with light or a quiet passageway wrapped in warm wood, the entryway tells your senses how to respond. Should you be alert? Calm? Impressed? At home? Architecture manipulates human emotion using light, sound, temperature, texture, and proportion. Narrow entry halls evoke intimacy. Double-height ceilings evoke power. Reflective surfaces like marble add glamour. Soft textures like oak and limestone offer calm. Even smell matters, fresh-cut flowers or natural would leave a subconscious imprint. In short, the grand entryway is a choreographed introduction to space. Elements that make an entry grand. Scale and proportion. Grandeur isn't always about size, it's about balance. An 8-foot door in a 12-foot ceiling room feels balanced. A 6-foot door in that same space? Dwarfed. Design relies on proportion. Good entryways create vertical drama with tall doors, clear-story windows, or double-height foyers. Horizontally, they manage flow, how people move from threshold to staircase, or from the entrance to adjacent rooms. Materiality. Materials create memory. You may not recall what the paint color was, but you'll remember the feel of a brass doorknob, the texture of the wall, the echo of your footsteps on stone. High-end entryways often feature natural stone like travertine, slate, or marble. Rich woods like walnut, teak, or oak. Metal accents in bronze, blackened steel, or brushed brass. These materials age well and add character over time. Durable, tactile, timeless. Lighting and transparency. Lighting transforms entryways from transitional spaces into theatrical ones. Daylight streaming through sidelights or transoms softens the experience. At night, chandeliers and sconces offer drama and focus. A grand chandelier centered above a circular floor pattern draws the eye upward. Layered lighting, ambient, task, and accent adds dimension. Consider dimmers, color temperature, and directionality. Light should guide, not blind. Function and storage. A grand entryway is not just for show, it works. It stores your shoes, hides your umbrellas, offers a mirror for a final glance, and sometimes a bench to rest. Look for built-in cabinetry or concealed storage, benches with hidden compartments, hall trees, coat hooks, and mirrors. Even in luxury, function lives beneath the form. Art, objects and meaning. No entryway is complete without a story. An heirloom console. A framed print from your travels. A sculpture or ceramic vase. The entry is your gallery wall, your self-introduction to every visitor. Curation matters. A single piece with meaning often outshines cluttered collections. Go for scale, harmony, and context. Let your objects tell the story. Iconic entryways around the world. The Japanese genkan. The genkan is not just an entryway, it's a ritual. Shoes come off. Indoor slippers come on. A gentle bench, soft lighting, and tiled floor set a tranquil tone. In Japanese homes, design honors transition. The genkan lowers the floor level slightly to mark boundary. Simple, clean, respectful. Modern homes borrow this through minimalist lines and intentional transitions from public to private. The Mediterranean courtyard entry. In Spain, Morocco, and southern Italy, the entryway begins outdoors. A shaded courtyard with tiled paths, lush planters, and arched corridors leads visitors inward. These entries are emotional cool zones, quiet, textural, shaded. Wrought iron, painted tile, and jasmine make the experience romantic. Often framed by archways or pergolas. The colonial vestibule. In New England homes, colonial entryways are compact but layered. They feature paneled walls, chair rails, a central hall table, and a runner rug that stretches to the stair. The modern minimalist foyer. Clean lines. Monochrome palettes. Natural textures. This modern entry says, clarity lives here. Think pivot doors, concealed handles, light oak or concrete flooring. A recessed linear light runs across the ceiling. One art piece commands the space. Quiet luxury. Entryway mistakes to avoid. Overscaling. Don't install a 12-foot chandelier in an 8-foot space. Underlighting. Dim entries feel neglected. Ignoring function, beauty must meet need. Clutter. Too many objects confuse the message. No focal point, give the eye somewhere to land. Entryways in modern architecture. Firms like Olsen Kundig, Tadao Ando, and John Pawson have redefined entryways. Ando uses concrete, light, and shadow to create serenity. Kundig designs massive kinetic doors that rotate on steel gears. Pawson pares everything down to form and light. Modern architecture embraces entryways as spatial experiences, not just transitional zones. Texture, silence, rhythm. It's not about decoration, it's about feeling. Material palette ideas. Suggestions for grand entryways: flooring, limestone, white oak, concrete, encaustic tile. Walls, Venetian plaster, vertical wood slats, exposed brick. Doors, oversized pivot, arched iron, steel-framed glass. Lighting, multi-tier chandelier, globe pendant, hidden LED cove. Decor, console table, round mirror, oversized sculpture, potted fig tree. Crafting your own grand entry. Every home deserves an entrance that says, "You've arrived." Not necessarily with expense, but with intention. Make a visual anchor, art, mirror, light, or plant. Use materials that feel good underfoot and to the touch. Layer light, natural, ambient, accent. Keep it tidy, edit often. Let it speak about you, your story, your style. Language of luxury entryways. Luxury in an entryway is never accidental. It doesn't shout. It speaks, quietly, confidently, and with extraordinary detail. It's in the weight of the front door, the glint of bespoke hardware, the silence of engineered lighting. It's in how sound moves, how light travels, how stone feels beneath your feet. The grand luxury entryway isn't just impressive, it's immersive. Curated opulence through craftsmanship. At the heart of every luxury entryway is a story of craftsmanship. Carved stone architraves, hand-applied Venetian plaster, inlaid marquetry flooring, each detail tells a tale of time, skill, and intention. A luxury foyer might feature custom flooring, waterjet-cut marble medallions, brass inlays in hardwood, or hand-knotted Persian rugs perfectly scaled to the space. The walls may be paneled in fluted walnut or finished in silk-stitched wallpaper imported from Japan. Every material is noble, and chosen not just for beauty, but longevity. Scale meets subtlety. In luxury design, scale is commanding but never overwhelming. A 20-foot ceiling is balanced by an equally bold chandelier, perhaps a cascading glass sculpture by a renowned artist. The door itself may be 10 feet tall and weightless to open, thanks to invisible pivot mechanisms. A feat of engineering cloaked in elegance. Luxury entryways often use layered architecture, coffered ceilings, stepped cornices, arched thresholds. Even the shadows are designed. What you don't see, the reinforced foundations, the acoustic insulation, the integrated lighting tracks, is just as luxurious as what you do. Ambience as experience. Luxury isn't just visual, it's atmospheric. The moment you enter, the temperature is perfect. The lighting shifts subtly as you move. Perhaps soft music fades in, or the scent of white orchid floats through the air. Ambient systems in luxury homes are synchronized. Lutron or Crestron automation may adjust lighting intensity depending on the time of day. Scent diffusers can release signature fragrances aligned with the season. Even the acoustics, balanced through hidden paneling and soft materials, make every footstep resonate softly. Collector's moments. Art plays a defining role in grand entryways. Not as decoration, but as curation, a singular piece, dramatically lit, may command the entire foyer. A painting by a contemporary master. A stone sculpture. A heritage tapestry. Luxury entry design embraces gallery principles, controlled lighting, neutral backdrops, and generous spacing. Some foyers feature rotating installations, giving collectors a space to showcase and refresh their entry over time. Others integrate art into architecture itself, bronze stair railings cast by artisans, or mosaic murals embedded into feature walls. Furniture and objects that breathe elegance. Every surface in a luxury foyer invites interaction, but also reverence. A carved stone console, a velvet-tufted bench, a mirror framed in hand-forged iron, it's not just what's placed, but how it's placed. Symmetry often plays a role. Twin urns flanking a door. Matching wall sconces. A central chandelier above a round table topped with fresh floral arrangements. This classical balance is interpreted with modern materials, lucite instead of glass, smoked oak instead of cherry. The entry becomes not a waiting area, but a statement of identity. Entryways with floating staircases and indoor water features. Some luxury homes transform the entry into a sculptural core. A floating staircase rises like a ribbon. A reflecting pool mirrors the ceiling above. A wall of living moss breathes life into the room. In tropical modern villas, you may cross a shallow indoor pond or walk beside a trickling water wall. In alpine homes, the foyer may open to a two-story glass wall revealing a snow-covered mountain beyond. These homes invite immersion from the very first step. They blur lines between art, landscape, and architecture, doors that define grandeur. The door itself often becomes the architectural crown. Oversized, custom-made, clad in metal or exotic wood. And pivoting without effort, it signals arrival not just into a house, but into a curated world. Common luxury door designs include bronze panels with abstract engraving, book-matched wood veneer with minimalist handles, backlit onyx insets set into blackened steel. Frameless glass doors that slide into invisible pockets. Behind every luxurious door is a carefully calibrated blend of hardware, weight, and engineering, so that opening it feels as satisfying as stepping through it. Global influence in grand entry design. Luxury is global. A grand Moroccan entryway might feature hand-carved cedar doors with geometric zellage tile. A Parisian penthouse foyer might pair herringbone oak floors with gilt-trimmed paneling. A Bolognese villa may invite guests through a garden gate into an open-air atrium perfumed with frangipani. In modern global luxury, cultural fusion is celebrated. Italian travertine floors meet Scandinavian minimalism. Japanese Zen gardens open to American mid-century interiors. The entryway becomes a passport, an architectural crossroads of tradition and innovation. Sequenced entry, luxury in layers. The most exquisite luxury entries unfold slowly. Rather than a single space, you move through a sequence, a grand gate, a quiet vestibule, a hallway softened by light, then, finally, the central foyer. Each layer peels back the experience like a narrative chapter. Architects often borrow from theater. First, conceal. Then, reveal. Then, elevate. Mirroring, narrowing, or darkening the space just before expanding it again heightens the sense of discovery. The entry becomes not just a threshold, but a cinematic journey. In the world of grand entries, even reflection is art. Mirrored wall panels, smoked glass surfaces, and polished brass insets create a sense of spaciousness while introducing a shimmer of sophistication. Reflective materials are used to enhance ambient light, multiply focal points, and blur spatial boundaries. Used sparingly and in combination with matte surfaces, they provide contrast and richness, an interplay of light and shadow that deepens the mood. Closing reflection, where grandeur begins. A grand luxury entryway isn't defined by price tag or size. It's defined by the feeling it creates, from the moment you stand before it. It offers anticipation without rush, beauty without pretense, comfort without compromise. It is design at its most intentional. A temple of arrival. A stage for memory. A portal into the private world of those who live within. And perhaps, the most honest expression of architecture's greatest power, to move you, before a single word is spoken. The power of arrival. The entryway is not just the first step inside, it's the emotional handshake of your home. It tells a story of who you are, what you value, and what awaits inside. So don't overlook it. Celebrate it, curate it. Because in great design, it's not just about where you go, it's about how you get there. In the end, a grand entryway is more than just an opening. It's the heartbeat of the home's first impression. A composition of scale, light, material, and meaning. Whether sculpted in stone, framed by glass, or softened with wood and shadow, it sets the stage for everything that follows. Designing an entryway is not about extravagance. It's about intention. How you welcome, how you transition, how you tell your story from the very first step. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the art of arrival. For more timeless interior design inspiration, subscribe to Homey Studio and explore the spaces that shape how we live, feel, and connect. Until next time, design with purpose, and enter with presence.